These are three different cases we learned, right? But as you know, we are restricting here the function. We should not restrict. It should be any function, right? It should be any function, so that we have to solve those functions. So then this method of variation of parameters will help us to find particular integral of any type of particular function of x. That is one good thing here. What is good thing here? Any function, it may not be like sin x or e power x or x power m. It may be cosecant x, tan x, some other x power m by something e power x. Any function in place of x, it may be any function. Any function. Okay. So that is one advantage. Of course, there are pros as well as cons. So here, what is the difficulty? We understood x should be any function. To solve any problem, you should not restrict to some functions, right? X may be any function, so no problem for that. So that will be some f of x. Good. That is very good. But on other side, what is the problem? We can solve this method of variation of parameters only for second order, not higher order. Okay? That is one drawback here. So what is the drawback here? Higher order, in higher order, only second order we are able to solve it. Third, fourth, fifth order, so we can't solve this problem with the help of this method of variation of parameter. That is one disadvantage. Other than that, at least for second order, any function is exist here, I am able to solve it. Very, very easy, very, very simple. Some formula based method. This is very, very simple method. Okay. So how we are going to solve it? It's very simple, right? So second order means you may have here, what we have here, d square plus some a1d plus a2 into y is equal to x. X may be anything. So what we observed, to get our complementary function, as usual, in place of x, we will take homogeneous equal to 0 and we will get complementary function. There is no different approach here. Do you agree or not? Okay. So that complementary function form I am taking as independent terms, c1 y1 plus c2 y2. Suppose I have complementary function something like CF, I have something like c1 plus c2x into e power 2x. So even though I can write that as, by multiplying this e power 2x to inside, c1 e power 2x plus c2x e power 2x. So that here I will get c1 y1 and here c2, the remaining whole function is y2. So I have to write your complementary function, whatever you are getting. Even sometimes we may have roots are real and equal. That time we are making group, you make it as an ungroup, and just by multiplying, you write down in this form. Okay? Assume that we have complementary function with you. Any difficulty is there till then? Everybody can easily find it out, complementary function, right? Is there any difficulty to find complementary function for this particular problem? That too second order. Second order means what? Simple quadratic equation, right? I hope everybody knows. Even for complex roots also, I can use d, I can solve d as minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. By using this, I can find roots, even it is a complex root, right? I hope there is no problem to write your complementary function. Do you agree or not? Yes, respond please. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Then, if we know complementary function for the second order differential equation, any function exists there, doesn't matter for us. That x may be any function, I'm going to get it particular integral. So how I'm going to get it? Let us see. I'm changing the parameters. The title, what it tells? Variation of parameters. Here, parameters are C1 and C2. Arbitrary constants, C1 and C2 are the parameters. Okay. I'm going to change those parameters as a functions, assuming as a functions. In place of C1 and C2, I'm going to take two functions, u and v, unknown functions. Those two are unknown functions. I am assuming that this is the solution. Let P dot I is equal to uy1 plus vy2. From where I got this equation? From complementary function itself. So in complementary function, what is there? C1y1 plus C2y2. C1 and C2 are arbitrary constants. Now I am changing those arbitrary constants, considering as a some functions u and v. Okay, u and v. So once if I assume particular integral is a solution for this particular equation, definitely it has to be satisfied. So by substituting those and solving those, you got u and v values in integral form. Okay, u is equal to minus integral of y2 capital X by w dx. What I'm telling you, if you are telling this is a solution for your differential equation 1, I need to substitute here, right, in this equation. So while solving that, I'm able to get it u and v values. Those derivations we are not considering. We are considering directly that as a formula. Actually, if we find u and v, then I can substitute u and v in this. I will get my particular integral because y1 and y2 already you know it. Okay, what is y1 and y2? These are the functions which we got from the complementary function. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
So here what I am telling you, whatever parameters I change as C1 and C2 as u and v, I need to find it out those two parameters, two unknown functions. If I find it out and substitute there, I got my answer. It's very clear, right? So you have to be remember, otherwise, okay, with practice, you are able to remember these two formulas. What are those? U is equal to minus integral of y2, this is already y2 is there, capital X means your function which is there on right side, by w. I will talk about w. Okay, so then v is equal to integral y1 x by w. So by using these two formulas, we can find u and v, and we will substitute back in your assumed solution. This is your assumed solution, particular integral. Actually, our aim is here to find the particular integral. Initially, we are assuming, later we are finding u and v, and we are substituting back to this equation. That will be your particular integral solution. Clear? Now, this W, Wronskian, what he observed, the solution should be independent solution. Then and only this particular method of variation of parameters are going to be helpful. That is the reason when I can say the solutions are independent solution, this W should not equal to 0. So Wronskian determined something like your Jacobian determinant. I will take y1, y2 as a row, first row in your matrix, in your determinant. So y1 and y2 already we know, and its derivatives we will take in the second row, y1 dash, y2 dash. Okay, so means for y1, let me take y1 is some sin x. For that I will take derivative. y2 is some cos x. For that I will take it derivative in the second row. In the first row, I will keep as it is y1 and y2. In the second row, I will substitute the derivatives, and I will find the det of this 2 by 2 matrix, determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. Is there any difficulty to find the det of 2 by 2? No. Okay. So from that, I will get det value. Det value should not equal to 0. Then and only I can say that whatever we are taking the solutions, those are independent solutions. So that is the reason Wronskian is provided a theoretical proof for this, because by seeing that these solutions are independent solutions, we are able to solve this particular problem. So W should not equal to 0 here. Okay, W is your Wronskian determinant formula. So to remember this formula is also very, very simple. W is equal to y1, y2, y1 dash and y2 dash. That's all. Is it clear? Once we got W, what do we have to do? We have to substitute in the formula u and v. And if you find u and v, again substitute back in this particular integral assumed solution to get your original solution. Is it clear?
So why is u taken as negative, sir? Like negative
Yeah,
integral.
yeah, I told you, right? So these two u and this total particular integral pi is equal to u by 1 plus v by 2. I am assuming as a solution so that I am substituting in this equation for this particular function. So from that I am solving those two variables, those two functions u and v. In that case, what I observed, I am getting in the form of integral functions that we are considering as a formulas. And you may have doubt, sir, why I can take only u as a this, v as a this. Yes, you can exchange. V is equal to this formula and u is equal to this formula. Doesn't matter. But that minus is coming from the derivation itself. Okay? You can use this
Yes, sir.
particular integral either u or v, no problem. You can exchange. It is allowed, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay? That's not a problem for you. Anyway, you are going to get u and v. That is what they want, isn't it? So it's not a problem. But that minus, how you got it? It's from the derivation you got that minus. That's all. Okay? You try to remember this. Of course, first time you may not get it. So by doing a number of problems, obviously you will be comfortable with these formulas and this method. So method is very clear. So what I done? Simple steps. You have second order differential equation with any x on other side. So first we will find complementary function for that, and we assume that particular integral by changing the parameters c1 and c2 as functions of u and v, and u and v have a formulas with us. So their w is also is there, that is called Wronskian determinant, who is a mathematician, provided this solution when they are independent solutions. So to get w, you have to use this y1 y2 y1 dash y2 dash and find your Wronskian determinant. Then you substitute here that. Once you got u and v, substitute in particular integral, that is your particular integral complete solution. You may get it y is equal to pi plus cf or cf plus pi. That procedure is, have you understood that? Let me say yes or no in the chat box. If you understood, then we'll go and take the
Sir.
problem. Yeah.
So for finding partial integral, we can use any of the methods, sir. The previous one or this one, both we can use, sir.
Partial integral. We're talking about
Yes, sir.
partial. It is not partial, particular. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Particular
Yes.
integral, sir. Previous class we had learnt of another method, no, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
In exam, we can use any one method, sir.
Anyone you can use it. There, what is that one? That is the reason I explained in the before itself. There are two. One difficulty is there. Can I apply x is something, some tan x? We don't have shortcut, right? Some cosecant, secant, some other function, logarithmic, otherwise some function, something like e power x by some x square, something like this. Can I do this? These type of functions in place of x. What I'm telling, in place of x, any function, you can take any function, this method is applicable. Even they need not to ask you to apply by method of variation of parameters. Okay, if it is a second order of any function, you can, it's your wish, as you said, you can use that as well as this. If you want to use that, there is a limitation. It should be of the form like e power ax, maybe sin ax or cos ax, maybe, what is the other one? X power m or polynomial. Only those three cases we discussed. Isn't it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if other than those functions will come, then there is no chance for us to solve those differential equations. Correct? Of course,
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling for all order differential equation I'm going to solve it. Only for second order differential equation with any function x, I'm able to solve it. This is the advantage here. X may be any function, but it should be second order. At least we have something is there, right? Instead of nothing. At least we are able to solve second order with any function x. That should allow to us, right? They are not allowed till then. to take any type of function, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. So what we'll do, we'll take one by one problems and we'll do it quickly. Okay. So this is our differential equation. So given differential equation is d square plus 1 into y is equal to cosecant x. Okay. In differential operator form, right? So to find complementary function, what I have to do? To find CF, what I have to do? D square plus 1 into y is equal to 0. I should consider only homogeneous form. So what is your auxiliary equation? What is that auxiliary equation? D square plus 1 is equal to 0. So what are the roots? D is equal to plus or minus I. So what is your complementary function? CF is equal to, tell me, e power alpha. Alpha value is what? 0 here. Beta value 1. Isn't it? Alpha value is 0, beta value is 1. So e power 0x means 1. C1 cos beta value 1 into x plus C2 sin x. Is there any difficulty to find up to this? Easily you can do it, right? Yes, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to find particular integral. How I have to find particular integral? I have to take from this equation only, I have to write we have to assume your particular integral. Assume, what I'm assuming, p dot I, because I don't know, I'm not applying any other method. I'm going to apply here method of variation of parameters. So what I'm telling, u y1 plus v y2. This is my assumption. Already y1 and y2 already we know that. If you see from this complementary function itself, we can find your particular integral. Same form we are going to assume. Similar form. In place of C1 and C2, we will change the parameters as u and v. Y1 and y2. Here what is here or where? What is y1? Tell me. What is y1? Cos x.
Cos x.
Y2? Y2 is what? Sin x, right? Do you agree or not? And already we know how we are going to find u and v. There are certain formulas. In that formula, we need w, which is Wronskian determinant. So what it tells you, it is also formula, right? y1, y2, y1 dash, y2 dash. Okay. So what is your y1 here? Cos x, sin x. So derivative of cos x is what? Minus sin x, cos x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. So if you find the determinant, that is cos square x plus sin square x, okay, cos square x plus sin square x, which will be equals to 1. We got w also. Do you agree or not? Yes or no? Quick. This is
Yes,
our
sir.
assumption. This is our assumption. Let me take some equation number for that if you want. Okay. So I took equation number 2 for that. So now we have w, we have y1, we have y2, we have capital X also. What is capital X here given problem? Cosecant x. Isn't it? This is your capital X. Now we have all those information, y1, y2, capital X and small w. So can I use the formula? What is u? What formula I was given? Minus integral y2 capital X by w dx. This is my formula. You have to remember, otherwise by heart it. Okay. So this will be equals to, tell me, minus integral. What is y2? Here y2 we are taken sin x.
Sin x.
Sin x. And then capital X means cosecant x by w value is 1. So cosecant means it's reciprocal for sin, right? 1 by sin. So sin will be gets cancelled. What we have, integral 1 dx is there, right? This we can write 1 by sin will be gets cancelled. Right, good. So this will be minus x. So because it is indefinite integral, you may be worry about the arbitrary constant. You may be added this integral constant. Please don't add this integral constant. The reason I will tell you already for this particular problem, we find the complementary function. There we have arbitrary constant C1 and C2. Okay. You need not to take one more time. Okay. Just you write down like this. Don't take plus C. Because we are habitual while doing integration, we'll take that. That you don't take it. Follow me as it is. Okay. So V, what is the formula? Integral y1 x by w dx. What is that? What is y1? Cos x. So cos x into cosecant x by 1 into dx. So cos by sine. What is that cos by sine? Yes, cot. Very good. Integral cot x dx. That is equal to logarithm of sin x. Correct? Yes or no? Don't write plus C. Okay. Now we have u and v. Therefore, from equation 1, I will write here from equation 1 or 2, what I did 2, right? From equation 2, I can write particular integral by adding these two. What is that? U y1. What is u here? Minus x. What is y1?
Cos x.
Cos x. Plus v y2. What is v?
Log
v
of
is,
sin x.
yes, log of sin x. Because it's a log term, I am just given some space. Okay. Actually, I have to write first v y2. Okay. What is y2? Y2
Sin
is
x.
sin x. So you may write sin x here. That will make you confusion. That's why I'm writing sin x here. Okay. Sin x into log of sin x. So that because it's a logarithmic term, I don't want to make you. It is also v y2 only. Y2 is sin x. So log of sin x into sin, that some people may be confused. So just return that y2 value here instead of writing here. That's all. Other things are same. Okay. So anyway, we are not done. We are not applied any shortcut. Simply we depend on your complementary function. We find the particular integral. Very, very simple. Isn't it? So once we have complementary and particular integral, as usual, complete solution is y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. Just add it. That is your solution. Is there any difficulty in this? Difficult part is integration part, right? So you have to work it out. Okay, that is only the difficult part. Otherwise, all are formula based. If you remember, then things are very easy, isn't it? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will do some more. We'll do different types of problems so that I will take similar type of thing. So here, apply the method of variation of parameters to solve. So some textbooks, they may call it simply MVP. That is method of variation of parameters, short form. Okay, to solve this particular problem. Okay, so just I want to now complementary function straight away. Otherwise, you will write what is given equation. Given equation is d square plus a square into y is equal to secant ax. So this is given equation. So to find your complementary function, what we have to do, we have to consider d square plus a square into y is equal to 0. Therefore, your auxiliary equation is d square plus a square is equal to 0. So what is d values? Plus or minus ai. Correct? What is your complementary function then? CF is equal to e power alpha. Here alpha value is 0. Beta value is a. This I am comparing alpha plus or minus I beta form. So then we will get it alpha value is 0, beta value is a. So e power alpha x, that is 0x, that is 1, C1 cos ax plus C2 sin ax. Similar problem, right? So let me take this is equation 1. So we can assume your particular integral now. Assume P dot I is equal to, how we are going to assume? U y1 plus V y2. Y1 and y2 already it is there. It is very visible to you. I think everybody knows. Only we have problem with U and V. Those functions we will find it out. So where, what is y1? What is y1? Cos ax, correct? What is y2? Sin ax. And then what next? We need to find W. Don't forget this. It's a Ranskin determinant. Help you to find your U and V. So formula for this is y1 det of y1 y2 y1 dash y2 dash. So just to find it out, this is cos ax sin ax. Derivative for cos ax is minus a sin ax. This is a cos ax. Okay, derivatives for this. So what we'll get it? We will get it cos a cos square ax minus into minus plus a sin square ax. So we can take a as a common into cos square ax plus sin square ax, that is 1. Can I write directly? So it is 1. So what we have W as a. Okay, W value as a, and y1 and y2 already now, correct? What is next one? X. X is given by them. What is x? Secant ax is given to you. Secant ax. So all things you know to find your u and v. Now we'll write our functions u and v. What is u? Tell me. Formula. Anyone you just practice. Okay. I told you you can exchange these formulas, u as a v, v as a u, but follow any one. Don't confuse yourself while doing the things. Okay. What is y2 here?
Sin ax.
Sin ax. Capital X is secant ax, right? Secant ax by w value is a into dx. Okay. Right. So what it secant means 1 by cos ax, right? So that means integral of tan ax by a. 1 by a I will write outside because it should not disturb us. Tan ax into dx. Okay, tell me. Integral of tan is what? Logarithm of
Secant x.
ax. Here ax is there. So derivative for ax is a. That I have to divide, right, by a, because you are doing integration. Don't add the integral constant here. Please don't do that. So your anyway, what is your v? I will write what is your u value. U is equal to minus. I can take it as 1 by a square logarithm of secant ax. Okay. This is your u. Similarly, we will find v. What is the formula? y1x by w dx. Okay, integral of y1x by w dx. Integral of what is y1? Where is y1?
Cos ax.
Cos ax into secant ax by a. Okay, so here, as you know, secant ax means 1 by cos x. Cos x will be gets cancelled. So 1 by a integral of 1 dx means.
Sir,
yeah.
sir, integration of tan x is log cos x, no, sir?
Check it. That is for.
That will be minus log cos x.
Minus log. Yeah, correct. Minus log. Exactly. Right. I don't know. I may be remembered or not. Please. If something I did mistake from my side, you correct yourself regarding formulas. I'm telling you, don't depend on me regarding this. Usually I used to forget because I'm not in practice, right? You people have to tell that which is correct. It's okay. I think with my memory, it got logarithm of sine. What I written? Sine only, right?
Secant you wrote.
Secant.
Yeah, for previous problem, log of previous problem integral of cot is log sin x, sin x. I think for tan is logarithm of secant x. I think it is correct only. Huh?
Yes, sir. It's
Is it?
correct only, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Log mod secant x.
Yeah, thank you. So modulus I am not giving because as you know anyway, we are not taking any negative value in the log of that parameter, right? We never take negative value in log of something. Here we will never take negative value, right? Good. So what you got for this? X by a, right?
X by A, sir.
Good. So we have u and v. V is x by a. V is x by a. U is v is minus 1 by a square log of secant x. Then this will be v is x by a. What we have to do? These two, go back and substitute here. Where is our equation? Assume this one. In this equation, what we have to do? Substitute u as well as v. y1, y2 already we know, directly you can substitute it. So that gives your particular integral, right? Do you understand now how you should get particular integral with the method of variation of parameters? This is the procedure. So now, anyway, we have complementary function and already we find now particular integral, just we add it to get your complete solution. Y is equal to yp plus yc, or somebody may call yp plus ycr. I used to call it as cf plus pi. This is good for me. Just added both answers, both parts to get your full answer. Clear? Okay, so we are taking with a different function. Can I leave this for you? Because already I took cosecant, secant, this tan, all are similar, right? Can I leave this for you? Tell me. Yes or no? If you are not getting, ask me, I will give the answer, okay? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Good, because both are very similar, right? And if you see here, functions also looks like same thing. Again, plus or minus 2y, I will get it, I think. Okay, c1 cos 2x plus c2 sin. Again, cos and sin, we get it. It is both, again and again, same thing. Right. So I want to leave this for you. Okay. I think very simple. If you are understood first two, I don't think so it will be difficult for you. You can do it quickly. Right. So try, attempt yourself. If you are not getting, just ping me. Definitely I'll give the answer for that. Okay. Right. So we'll take one more. Right. So this is somewhat little bit different function. If you see here, e power 3x by x square. As I told you, any type functions. Previously, we took some trigonometry functions other than sine and cos. Other than sine and cos, we took here. Okay, here this is tan, and where is that? This is secant, and first one is cosecant, right? So now I'm going with the different function, e power 3x. If only e power 3x is there, we have shortcut. We can do it quickly. But it is divided by x square, right? So it's, we can't, don't try to apply 3 and substitute in the denominator. Don't do that, right? Have you understood? That is not valid now here for this problem, because function divided by x square, it is different function now. I hope you understood. So this we can write in the symbolic form, d square minus 6d plus 9 into y is equal to e power 3x by x square. So to find our complementary function, we have to consider d square minus 6d plus 9 into y is equal to 0. So your auxiliary equation, without disturbing your homogeneous equation, you have to take your polynomial, that is d square minus 6d plus 9, which is equal to 0. So what are the roots?
3 and 3, sir.
Very good. So 3 and 3. And what is your complementary function? When roots are equal and real roots, c1 plus c2x into e power 3x. Have you remembered? This is the form what we learned, right? So I can write the same thing in different approach. I told you to apply this method of variation of parameters. Method of variation of parameters. I should get it independent solution, linear combination, so that e power 3x I can multiply to inside c1 e power 3x plus c2 x e power 3x. Okay, got my point? Just I multiplied this to inside, and I can take this as equation 1. With the help of this equation 1, I am going to assume my particular integral. So assume your particular integral as u y1 plus v y2. So what is y1 here? You
E
just
power
go back
3x.
e power 3x, e power 3x. y2, go back
X e power 3x.
x e power 3x. That's all. So now, as I told you, we need Wronskian determinant, that is W. Formula is y1, y2, y1 dash, y2 dash, y1 is e power 3x, x e power 3x. So here y2 is 3 into e power 3x, correct? And here there are two functions, derivative of uv formula, right? So what I will do it, x I will keep as it is. Derivative for e power 3x is e power 3x into 3. This time e power 3x I will keep it as a constant. Derivative for x is 1. Okay. I applied d by dx of uv formula. I hope everybody knows that, because two functions are there here. While doing differentiation, I have to apply like this. This is 1. This is 1. So need not to write, but for your understanding, better to write. So this is your, in the bracket it is there. So if I multiply this with this, e power 3x into e power 3, e power.
So can we take e power 3x common from the matrix?
Exactly, you can take it. You can. E power 3x into e power 3x, e power 6x will be there. E power 3x into, from this I can take e power 3x as a common. Then it will be 3x plus 1, correct? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And here minus x into 3 into x into e power 3x into e power 3x. That will be, of course, e power 6x. When bases are same, you can add the powers. E power 6x, I can take it as common, right? Then this will be here 3x plus 1. This is minus 1, minus 3. What is this value? Minus 3x, right? Yes. So this I am taking common as e power 6x, because when bases are same, you can add the powers. So minus 3x plus 3x will be cancelled. What you will get it? E power 6x you got it. This is your determinant W. What is your W value? E power 6x. Okay, simplified form. Right. So now we have W as well as y1 and y2. Of course, we know what is x is given here. What is your x? X is equal to e power 3x by x square. 3x by x square. So all those things are required things are there to find your u and v. So whatever you are assuming, this, let you take equation number either 1 or 2. This is equation number 2, because already 1 is given here. So this is equation number 2. I'm trying to find u and v values. This is our requirement. To get u and v, we have some standard formulas. Those formulas are u is equal to minus integral y2 capital X by w dx. So I'm going to use the same thing. What is y2 here? E power 3x. E power 3x. What is x here? X is e power 3x by x square. E power 3x by x square dx. Correct?
Minus log x, sir.
Minus
Log x.
log x. By w is there, right?
Actually,
They
x
will-
will get cancelled.
X will get cancelled. They are given X also. I don't know where they are given X.
Sir, y2 is x.
Y2 is x e power 3x.
Okay, okay. Y2, okay. I took it different. Y2 is X e power 3x. Good, good. So X e power 3x by W value is, this is e power 3x by x square. This is, I think, you are given capital X. W is e power 6x, isn't it? So it is very clear. This e power 6x, which is there in the numerator, that will be gets cancelled. 1x will be gets cancelled. I think here integral of minus 1 by x dx, we got it, right? So that
Yes,
is
sir.
nothing but minus log of
Perfect.
x. Don't write plus c. Don't write that. Okay. Please, always I'm telling you, should not do these mistakes. So we have u. U is equal to minus, log x. Similarly, you find v also. Integral y1x by w dx. So as usual, integral, what is y1? E power 3x. E power 3x. Capital X is e power 3x by x square divided by w e power. What is that value?
6x.
Yes. So this will be gets cancelled. 1 by x square. Integral of 1 by x square dx. What is that value?
minus 1 by x.
Very good, very good. Minus 1 by x. So don't write plus c with your, we have our usual habit. Don't write that. So simply take it minus 1 by x. Okay. And even I know that some textbooks, including your KSC also, they used to go with the constants. Please don't take that into consideration. It is my humble request to everyone. Don't confuse with those methods. There are different methods in KSC textbooks. If you follow me, maybe I can say that I'm not telling that I am more than them or less than them, but with our practice, with our experience, we are telling better to go in this way. Okay, so don't consider your constants. Clear? Don't consider like plus c and all. That will make you a lot of confusion. Just find u and v, substitute back. That's enough. Yes. What is your particular integral? PA.
Minus log x e to the power 3x.
Okay, what is your minus log x, right? Here, that is u into
E power 3x.
e power. So, while writing your e power 3x, better to write front side, okay? E power 3x minus of e power 3x into log x plus, next is what? V y2. What is v? This is minus 1 by x. This is
Minus
okay.
1 by x.
Minus 1 by x into
X e power
Y2.
3x.
x e power 3. So xx will be gets cancelled, right?
Yes, sir.
So xx will be gets cancelled. So e power 3x is there. That also you can take it common, right? E power 3x, if you take it common, then you may got 1 minus, or maybe minus e power 3x. Something, if you want, you can simplify there itself, right? So anyway, we have here particular integral as well as, and we have complementary function. Just add it to get your complete solutions. Is it clear? These methods are easy or not?
Sir, so in exam they won't ask, sir, which method to use.
Yeah, they usually they used to ask this: solve by method of variation of parameters. If they mentioned, then you have to solve with that method only. If they are not mentioned, it is your wish. Even it is your wish, you don't know how to solve it. Do you know how to solve this? Because of x, we can't solve it. You got my point? Suppose if
Yes.
I was given like this, something d square y by dx square plus y is equal to some e power 2x, if I given to you, then you know that e power 2x, by checking immediately, you can apply your case 1. So 3 cases, any base function if it comes to you, or the combination or mixed cases of all these 3, if you get it, then good, well and good, you can go ahead. They may ask you that time, simply solve it. They never ask about by using method of variation of parameters. Clearly, they are going to ask this when there is a different function other than your 3 cases, no doubt. Okay, that too it is applicable for which order? Only second order differential equations. This is very, very important. Not to everyone. Very important point is here, this method of variation of parameters is applicable only for second order linear differential equation, not for all orders, higher orders, only second order. And advantage here, it may be any x, including these functions also, your case functions also. Any function is there, we are able to apply this. Okay? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you understood. So you can attempt this also. Yes. You just check it, how to get these things. Very simple. Actually, it is going to be cancelled while doing your problems itself. It seems to be. So you try it. Okay. If you are not getting any solution, I'm here to help you. Right? Because I can't take a number of problems in the class itself. So even this also you can try it. Another problem is also there. I planned all this to do that, but I am able to do 3 problems. So you also can take 2 to 3 problems for your practice. So do it. That's enough. Only with the practice you'll be comfortable with these methods. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So yeah, so then if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, I want to stop the class now. I'm stopping record.